What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
All right. We got the band back together. The entire Spectrum crew is not on this show. Taking over. It is, let's call it episode 201 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. That is back with us from spring training, B-Dog Brandon Harper. Why B-Dog wasn't with us last week. My name is Rob Jenners. That, of course, is seven-time NBA champion. And I imagine a man who worked last night.
Yes.
Robert Ory. And upfront personal for what was billed as the Luka revenge game.
Yeah,
I love a revenge game. Makes me laugh. But Lakers came out on top. Pretty good game all around, man. It was pretty tight there for a hot minute. But Lakers pulled away.
You know what's funny when they talk about revenge games and you have a teammate that you think about, you won a championship with AD. And your guys are calling, this is a revenge game. Like, that was your dog you just got rid of.
Yeah, he was your boy 5 seconds ago.
Exactly. I'm like, y'all gonna call it a revenge game? It's funny. Oh, we got Luka's back. I'm like, dude, you got Luka's back. Okay. I said, you think AD wanted to be traded? You think he wanted to go to Dallas? No, there's no state tax, but hey, he had a nice big-ass home out here in L.A. He had just bought. Everybody talking about Luka's home, but shit, AD just bought one too last year. So,
and we talked about it too because we were wondering if he was going to be healthy for this game, and AD still on the bench, for the Mavs.
If he would have been healthy, I don't know now.
Yeah, it might have been a different game. But you get a chance to kind of maybe see what they might look like at full strength if they get some pieces back. They've had a bunch of people hurt, haven't they?
Yeah,
they got like 3-4 people out last night, including AD. So,
hey, PJ Washington played, but he looked like he was out. He was like, I think he was 0 for 10. So
he had a good night. Luka got the triple double. He looked at the Mavs bench at one point and went,
"What's up, motherfuckers?"
And just kind of gave him the Pat Bev. I'll tell you the behind the back, over his shoulder pass to AR.
Yeah,
dude, that was one of the better. That was like a Magic Johnson-esque pass. It was a good look, man.
It's so weird. He's done that twice so far.
Yeah, there was. I've seen that somewhere else. There was like an old clip of that. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, he did that like 2 games ago. He did that.
But it's so weird. I thought it was older than that.
No, it was
I didn't realize he was already with LA. Okay.
Yeah. But the crazy part about that is, everybody looks at the pass for Luka, but the fact that it was AR who was smart enough to get to his position in a hurry. A lot of guys now, they kind of like waltz out there. And when you're playing with Luka, you don't know when the pass is going to come, but you got to be ready. And the pass came because Luka's a late passer, because by the time he gets to the hole, the defense collapsed and they don't think about staying home. So they collapsed and they found AR. And it's funny how, motherfuckers, you just played with this dude. You know how he operates, and yet you fell for it. He fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
Yep. I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe, man.
Yeah, a lot of this I'm gonna have to, with this whole Luka trade to LA, and I know that it's still new, and he still got to get acclimated. As seismic as a move as this was, I was excited about it, but then I'm still on the fence about it because I know how dynamic of a player Luka is. But I guess when you've had guys like Kobe, you've had guys like LeBron, and and I'm not saying Luka's not a dynamic player, he's only 25. But when you gotta have a guy like that who has all those all-NBAs, but then you still worry about him defensively, there's just certain areas of his game where I'm just kind of like, I know he's the future of this team now, but I'm like,
But he's been a defensive liability for his entire time in the league. But that's not why you went and got him.
No, but my thing is, it's still something to me when you put on that Laker jersey. They expect more from you than what Dallas is going to expect. They expect more from you than what any other jersey you can put on, even New York, because New York is just a grimy city. They haven't won anything in any recent history.
They can't beat a top 5 team right now.
Like-
They're 0-7 against top
Like
5 teams.
my parents were still in high school when they won a title, or middle school. One of them. I don't like aging them, but they old. So
Well done.
it's just that's how long it's been. So New York is just New York because it's a big market. But when you put that Laker jersey on, there's a level of expectation. And even though he's getting acclimated and eventually this honeymoon phase is going to wear off. And Rob Pelinka's going to have to put this thing together if he's the one that's still there to put it together. And surround him with things. And defense is effort. Luka's going to have to exert more effort on the defensive end if you're going to be the face of that organization. What you did in Dallas and everything was cool. I want to see you exert more effort on the defense, and you can do it. You just choose not to. He's chosen not to.
It's so funny. JJ came on after the game and said, Luka had 3 steals or 2 steals and 2 blocks. That technically ain't defense because the stats don't show you, oh, the dude threw the ball out of bounds and came back to you. That's a fucking steal.
I'll count it. Count it.
You go count it.
First team all defense. Let's go.
Man, it was a crucial play in the game where Luka, they blew by Luka so fast. And the bad part about this, you had LeBron on the weak side. LeBron looked at like, no shit, well, you're going to lay this bitch up. But it's a difference when you have Dodo and you have Vando because they're more active than LeBron on weak side. They helped him out so many times when they got over there and the offense had to pick the ball up. And see, to me, I totally agree with you, dude. That's what I've been harping on. I even said it on the show. I said, one game don't make me a believer. They said, are you being bad cop? Right? Like, no, I'm just, hey, dude, one game don't make me a believer. If you saw my highlights out of one of my good games, I'm the greatest player ever. So take that from me. So you got to give me more than just one game. So far, you've had one good game, and that was against Denver. Think about it. Even though he had a triple-double, he shot the ball poorly. They was playing a depleted Mavs. And then I circle back to when you lost to the freaking Charlotte Hornets, who everybody since they beat you have been beating them by 40 points. Yeah. So I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting, because they're going to have to stay healthy.
And like I said before, I'm not taking anything away from Luka, but when you make a trade like this, you're not just looking at this year. You're looking at 5 years down the line. You're looking at a 25-year-old, 5-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Star, all those accolades that come with who he is. You're going to start looking at things, and, he's a bad shot taker. There are times when Luka will step back and shoot a 3. I'm like, dog. It's not even that. It ain't even like you got a quick release. It's a slow release. And so my thing is, it's not only is it a bad shot quite a few of the times, I'm like, why are you taking that shot? Yeah. And we've seen it all through, and it frustrates you even more now because he's one of the Lakers jerseys. I'm like, this is what we're going to see for the next 5 years. I'm not saying you can't win with him. What I'm saying is there are things that he needs to work on as a player that he did not have to do in Dallas that he better start doing in L.A. if you want those L.A. fans to get behind you. It's a different beast now.
Yeah.
Well, I think, too, when is the honeymoon phase over? You know what I mean? Because right now I feel like you're going to get a little – whether you like what you get out of him or not, you're probably going to get a little extra out of him. And the story today was out of Dallas was the whole – the organization was concerned that Luka had a taste for beer and hookah.
They come out with a new problem
every day. There's a new story about why they got rid of him. But yeah, today it was beer and hookah.
Tomorrow's going to be he wiped from front to back instead of back to front.
Listen, man.
Come on, man. Now y'all got a problem the way he go to the bathroom. Like, why you in the bathroom watching him in the first place? How you know all that information?
But the point being, at what point, if whatever he's doing to button himself up in any way right now, because he looks a little trim. He looks a little trimmer.
We'll give him that.
Whatever he's doing to button himself up, how long before he gets a little too cozy, gets a little comfy, and decides to kind of slip back into old habits, right? Because isn't that the MO for like everything in life? Like you start something new and you're like, I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna work out and do my push-ups every day, and then you get a month in and you're like, man, I'm tired.
Not in L.A. Not in L.A. Yeah. They will want to run your ass up out of there quick.
But it's funny, and the thing about it is like you think about Dallas, when he was in Dallas, no matter what the Cowboys do, they're always going to be first fiddle in that city.
Yeah.
So Luka he didn't have to have the pressure on to win the championship. Now you come out here in LA, even though it's like 40 damn different type of teams out here, there's a different type of shine. The LA shine is like the Dallas Cowboy shine. And I think he's gonna understand that when he get out here, like, oh shit, I gotta be on point. Because I say it all the time, it was a different pressure playing for the fucking Lakers compared to the Rockets and the Spurs. Even though you wanted to go out and do well, there are more eyes on you. You got to think about it. It's even more eyes compared to when I played because we didn't have the streaming systems that they have. You didn't have the Laker brand, and you weren't playing. Even though I was playing alongside the two greatest at the time, you playing at one of the greatest of all time, and so that spotlight's on you. So you think you got talked about in Dallas for fucking up? Shit, you think about it. You look at ESPN, they talk about the damn Lakers constantly.
Oh, nonstop.
So, yeah, so Luka, you're gonna have to say, okay, I got to get in shape.
They even get on my nerves talking about them as much as they do, and I'm a fan of the team. So what that tell you?
I like
Look, I'm just when they made this trade, it was hard for me not to look seasons down the line because when you make a trade like this for a perennial superstar at the age that he is, it's hard for you. Okay, you trade him at the trade deadline or in the middle of the season around the trade deadline. This season's cooked. You just want him to get acclimated the rest of the season. Now you go into next season figuring out, okay, this is when the expectations start. What you do this offseason, who you're working with, your nutrition, the things that you're doing, there's going to be a microscope on you now. This ain't Dallas, brother. Everything that you're going to be doing is going to be under a microscope. Is Luka working out? How much is Luka weighing coming into camp? What did he do this offseason? Did he lift weights or was he lifting burgers? Which one is it?
The minute he's at a hookah bar, paparazzi everywhere. You're gonna get a million pictures.
And
whereas in Dallas,
I didn't think about that.
But I mean, when you're in Dallas, you don't have that kind of shine. You go out
waiting on you
your
to
own
step
thing.
out.
In
See,
LA,
I hear TMZ is waiting on you to step out.
they're everywhere, man. They're everywhere in LA.
I had to talk, but they expect him. This is like they expect him to win this year. And I know they say okay, but they want them to win this year because you think about it, you got. Now they done put AR in this position. Oh, he's one of the greats. He's the third wheel. He's this and that. So they think they got a big three. So they're expecting to win this season, man. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
What people you should see. I ain't never seen this many people happy that someone got Luka. Like, oh, we got Luka. We winning it now. Like, did Luka fucking win where he was at? So calm down.
Got him there.
He was there.
He got him there.
Hey, he got him there, but hey. Getting there.
You're right.
I said it again.
You're right.
It's like going to the prom with the pretty girl, and she leaves with the football player. Star quarterback.
Hey,
you sit there with you know what in your hand.
I respect the expectations because I think the Lakers are 35-21. Are they still in the fourth spot?
I think they're fifth or sixth, fourth. Are they fourth?
Fourth. I think
wow. Damn.
Yeah, I think they've been in that fourth for a while though.
Yeah.
For a little bit because they've been rolling.
Oh yeah, they're still at 4.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna catch OKC unless they have
OKC's running away with it. We're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But yeah, OKC's up 46-11.
Yeah, that's done.
They're running. Then it's Nuggets, Grizzlies, Lakers.
They got the West on lock. The Cavs got the East on lock. As far as
they got about the same record as OKC. Man.
Yeah, now it's closer in the East with the Cavs and the Celtics. But I mean, if the Cavs are playing like they did last night versus Orlando when they beat them by 40, it really is not going to matter. They're going to solidify the number 1 seed. But the Lakers are going to contend because we all know that when we get into the playoffs, it's all about matchups. So could they beat the Rockets? Sure, they could beat the Rockets. Rockets are still young. They're gifted, but they're still young and they're still learning. Are there other teams? Yes, there are teams that they could beat because when you have the leadership of someone like LeBron, and you got a guy like Luka that was in the finals last year and his experience, can they lead this team and get to the next second round? Could they get to the Western Conference Finals? Sure. Do I expect them to win the title? No. If they win the title this year, if they win the title this year, after trading Anthony Davis,
they're gonna kill Nico Harrison for the rest of his life, man. For the rest of his national.
They're going to need more protection around him than the president.
But, it's funny, though. It'd be like when people say, see what Luka did? No, motherfucker, it ain't Luka's LeBron. It's all the other people. I hate
we don't give credit to LeBron James for nothing. Shut up.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if they win a championship, everybody going to be looking at, it was Luka that won a championship. No, it was. Yeah. I know, I'm not saying that, not you. I'm talking about the masses who all the people in Dallas.
I'm going to speak for the masses.
Yeah. And I'm so pissed off at these fucking fans in Dallas, man. You fucking don't talk about someone's kids. You don't threaten someone's kids. And for him to have to get security for his kids is the most ridiculous fucking thing I ever heard. It's a sport, people. Relax. This is not your family. Leave it alone. And when you want to threaten someone else's family, how would you feel if you fuck up at your job? I ain't calling what he did to fuck up, and someone start threatening your kids. These are some silly ass fans sometimes.
Well, what did we say last time? Well, I think we spoke about this last time when it comes to the concept of what fan is short for. That fanatic, there is no, we talked about it, there's no logic in this thing. You traded away you can't tell some folk that Luka is not a part of their family. They probably photoshopped Luka in their graduation picture, standing right next to their mama and on the other side of their daddy.
Went to the beach with Luka this summer.
Yeah. You know how, like, if you go into some, and Jenners, you may not know, but like in some black households, Obama is in people's photos.
I've seen that. Yeah.
President Obama and his wife, they're sitting in a little thing on the mantle or on the picture area where everybody in their I said, you walk in, Obama part of your family?
Yeah, no, my friend Kenny's got a picture of Obama framed hanging on his wall.
Okay, so you do know.
On his wall.
Hold on. Is Kenny black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's my point. He wore black.
You think I would bring up my white friend Kenny to make a point about Obama? Good job. Good job, buddy. Some bullshit. Walk into Kenny's house like,
What's up, motherfuckers?
They killed Kenny.
But my point is, you couldn't tell some of them Dallas fans that Luka ain't family. Ain't been within 10 feet of them. But he was their franchise guy. And when you get rid of the franchise guy, you hurt my family. If you hurt my family, I got something for you. And that's how some of them think. It's sick. And the fact that he has to have this level of security, not only for him, that's one thing, but for his children. Yeah. Kids ain't got nothing to do with the trade, dog.
And I'm not defending the behavior.
No.
But I will say this. There was, for God, how long was he there? 5 years? 4 years? How long was he in Dallas?
6.
Was it 6? Okay.
Yeah.
6 years. For the last 5-6 years, it has been nothing but, to an extent at least, in Dallas and Atlanta, who won the Luka Trae Young thing. And Luka has come out on top every time around. And Dallas has spent the better part of 5 or 6 years patting themselves on the back for being smart enough to hang on to Luka Doncic. Oh, and Luka's the guy. And then Mark Cuban built him up like the next Dirk Nowitzki. He's going to be the savior of the town. He's going to be the guy that gets us there. We're going to give him Kyrie Irving. We're going to put pieces around him, and he's going to get us there. And they spent a very fat chunk of time over the last several years building him up to be like the savior of Dallas basketball. So for Mark Cuban to sell the team and then him to immediately get traded, everyone feels like they've been fed a lie. Everyone feels like they were fed a story that got pulled out from under them very quickly. Does it justify the bullshit they're doing? Of course not. No, not in a million years. But I feel like that's what's boiled them up to a fever pitch. And maybe I'm off base. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But I feel like that's what got him there because it's been this. There's pictures of his ass in the airport. Yeah. They've been taking down pictures of Luka Doncic in the fucking Dallas airport for the last 3 weeks.
I mean, they did the same thing with LeBron when he left Cleveland the first time. You know, they had that big mural on the side of the arena in downtown. As quickly as it went up, you saw them quickly take it down.
How many times did we see a player get traded, people burning their jerseys?
LeBron.
I mean, yeah, it happens. It happens all the time. Now, it's gone too far with, like, to Rob's point. You don't bring people's families into shit. And that we've seen this happen before in sports, right? Kicker misses a field goal in a big game. They start going after his kids at school. It's nonsense. It's bullshit. You should never do it. It's beyond
it's grown
stupid.
folks that are fucking cowards. That's what it is.
It really is because it's like it's keyboard muscles. You know what I mean? Like I can say whatever I want online, therefore I'm justified. No, shut up. Stop. They're people. We're all people. But yeah, all right. So I had to get your take on the revenge game. Revenge. We didn't. It happened right after we taped episode 200. By the way, Wemby out for the season.
Yeah, that sucks.
I think it happened like we posted that show like Wednesday night and Thursday. Here we go, bang, Wemby out for the year. Deep vein thrombosis. They found a blood clot in his shoulder after the All-Star game. Have you ever had to deal with anything like that? Because
no, I know it's a scary thing because I know a lot of different players that had that because it's the black clot when it's the ability to travel. And you think about when you working out, your blood's flowing a little bit faster, so that thing can travel fast on you. So you got to be very, very calm and you got to be monitored all the time. So that's a really scary thing, man, because you don't know how long that blood clot's gonna last. And then when they put you on medication, like blood thinners, you can't even cut yourself because you might bleed out.
I'm on
And
blood
so
thinners. I'm well aware.
Yeah. So
Try shaving.
Hey, my beard will be long, been hard.
Dude, I
beard.
nick myself shaving. My wife thinks I've been murdered. It's just like
No.
no, it's a scary thing. But I will give you a little bit of story time that comes along with Wembanyama being out for the year, and we hope he makes a full recovery. By the way, he's expected to be completely healthy, hopefully by next season. So hopefully this isn't a long-term thing for him, because that would just be devastating. But I don't think these tend to be. But I saw this from our friends at Clutch Points, and I had to share this. The Memphis Grizzlies may have just saved $100 million after this Wembanyama thing went down, thanks to Evan Mobley. So on Sunday, Jaren Jackson Jr. was the odds-on favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year, ahead of Evan Mobley. Jaren Jackson Jr., when they faced off, shot 1 for 6 when he was guarded by Mobley. He blocked a shot. He grabbed 3 rebounds. The very next day, Mobley moved ahead of him in Defensive Player of the Year odds. Now, a second Defensive Player of the Year award for Triple J would mean he qualifies for supermax eligibility, and he would have commanded upwards of $345 million.
Yeah.
So if Mobley wins Defensive Player of the Year, they're going to be able to save about $100 million in Memphis if they want to re-sign Jaren Jackson Jr.
Dang.
Just because Wembanyama's out for the year. That's insane.
Hey,
That's how
think about
crazy
you,
NBA
Jaren
money
Jackson,
is.
right? Think about Jaren Jackson. You're probably like, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, who this dude? Man,
I gotta play. Oh wait, I gotta start playing.
Let me just say this, man. I wouldn't even eat out. I'll be the cleanest eating dude. There's so many things that
$100 million on the line.
I'm telling coach, don't you fucking take me out this game. I'm not coming out the game. I'm going out there. I'm playing so fucking hard.
You can sit me after at least 5 blocks. Once I get to 5 blocks, you can sit me down. But aside from that, no.
Man, you talk about that's a lot of bread.
Dude, $100 million on the line for him. So yeah, I think you're going to see Triple J playing out of his mind defensively the last month or so of the season.
The funny part, he got chances. One game he got chances. Make up that.
Oh no, he could, but that's some serious money though. Holy crap!
That's some dollar bill,
Big time.
y'all.
Speaking of money, it looks like Naz Reid's looking for some. There's all these reports this week that shut up, so my watch is beeping at me. There's all these reports from Jake Fisher is reporting it that he's going to move out of his deal, man. Reid's the league's reigning 6th man of the year for a few more months, possesses a $15 million player option for 25 and 26, but it's looking like he's going to opt out of that and look for some free agency. Spurs, Cavs, and Mavericks are the betting favorites right now.
You know what? And I want to, this probably wouldn't surprise anybody. Rob, I'm going to be honest with you. He's the type of guy that I would love to have in a Laker jersey. For his ability to, not only for his defensive ability, but also his ability as a big man to stretch the floor. Now, I know he's going to demand, what is he, 26,
Yeah,
25?
26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, smack dab in the middle of his prime. Mm-hmm. He's gonna demand the bag, and as he should, for what he did for this Timberwolves team last season.
I was going to say, and the Wolves are going to come to the table, too, and try and figure something out with him and probably offer him a very hefty extension to pick up his option and stick around. But I think he's feeling a little confident with his own game. I feel like he's like, you know what, I'm going to get out there and test this market and see what kind of money I can command.
He should.
Bet on myself a little bit.
Hey, just as long as he don't do like Montrezl Harrell. When defensive player of the year to move.
Oh, damn.
And where is he now? Not even in the league.
No, he ain't even playing,
He cost himself about $100 million. That's a guy we never talk about.
Yeah,
but yeah, because when you think about there's certain guys, and Naz Reid's been playing really well in the last 2 to 3 years. But is it you playing that well? Or is it the system that you in that is allowing you to play that well?
Oh, it's only one way to find out.
Yeah, that's the only one way to find out. Because you think, I'm just saying it because I'm not hating on him or anything. I'm just saying because it's Montrez. We saw it with Montrez. Mm-hmm. We saw it with a lot of guys. Look at Jeremy Grant. All these guys. Is the system making you look that good? Is the coach making it look? Because he has a lot of fucking freedom in Minnesota. And if I'm a player, I'm gonna do my damnness because I like the way I'm playing. I like the system I'm playing. I can do what the hell I want to. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm gonna give y'all first option. Y'all better beat every fucking body that comes at me, so I can stay.
Because how many times during the finals, I think I said to myself, I don't, and obviously probably it's not the best thing to do because of the draft capital and the money that you spent on Rudy Gobert. And I'm like, man, Rudy Gobert they need to start Naz Reid at the 5 and sit Rudy Gobert. That sounds, I know it sounds crazy just because
No, it doesn't.
Well, it doesn't, but to continuously
it
sit.
doesn't sound crazy for a strategy standpoint. It sounds
Right.
crazy from a money standpoint.
And a compensation standpoint when it came to all the draft picks and everything that you gave up to get him.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, no, y'all need to start Naz Reid at the 5 just for the simple fact that he's been more active than Rudy defensively, and he spreads the floor. And you can have Naz at the 5 and then put Cat at the 4.
Yeah.
Ready? 11 games as a starter this season. Naz Reid, 20.3 points, 9.1 rebounds, 3.5 assists. Small sample size, only 11 games.
Yeah.
But that's a better overall average than Mobley, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Sagoon.
And it's that 40%
In
from
11
three,
games. Now it's
boy.
11 games, a small sample size, but
Undrafted.
yeah.
Undrafted too. That goes to show you these scouts. A lot of these scouts, they don't do their work. There's so many scouts on the college level, on the pro level, they don't do their work, man. They just look at some stats and they're like, oh, he's not average. You got to look at the player, you know. And I was just talking to one of the Laker guys. We were at the Alabama-Kentucky game, and I told him, I said, man, I only see maybe 3 pros on that floor right now. And you think Alabama at the time was ranked 4, Kentucky was ranked like 11 or 14 or something like that. He's like, yeah. I said, there's a lot of athletic dudes, but the thing is, I only see 3 pros. And I'm not going to say who, but I'm just saying, though, because I look at, okay, are you able to play the speed of the game? Because, you know, the speed of the game is a lot different from the college game. Are you physical enough to play? And most important, are you tall enough? You know, because there's some players out there that are very fucking good, but they short as shit. And you got to think about it. You're running at let's say you're 6'2" and you're running 100 miles per hour. You got guys 6'5" running 110 miles per hour that you got to be able to keep up with. That you got to be able to compare in size and strength. And it's just, you know, it's just I just didn't see it. And there's so many of these guys now are so good in college, but they're not going to transfer to the next. They're not going to go to the next level, man. They might make it for 1 or 2 years, but then they'll be at home in 2 or 3 years. And hopefully they save their money and do the right things. But this college game is totally different. And the funny part about it, the dudes that I said I looked at their age, them motherfuckers 25 years old. I'm like, God damn.
Well, that was too. I saw that this week. What was the number? Was Auburn? Auburn's lineup is like 23 and a half average age, and OKC's is like 24 and a half.
Yes.
Like Auburn's lineup is about damn as old as freaking OKC's average.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is crazy.
how San Diego State was a couple years ago. Their average age was 26.
Oh God, what are you doing? A lot of people go to school for 9 years. They're called doctors. You know, like what are you talking about? How many scouts, by the way, may have looked past Cade Cunningham? Because what he has done and what he has fueled the Pistons to do, that might be, for me, like the story of the year so far in the NBA. I literally was like, looked down at one point, and they're like on a 7-game tear. Won 7 straight. He's getting props from Kevin Durant. They've won 31 games this year, more than they've won in the last 2 seasons combined.
Yeah.
And Bickerstaff has got them playing really good defense. And they're looking like, right now they're the 6th seed in the East. They won like 3 games last year. They're the 6th seed.
And where was Bickerstaff last year?
Cleveland?
Cleveland, yeah. He was assistant. Was he assistant? No, he was the head coach
he
of
was the head
Cleveland.
coach.
Yeah, he was
But
head coach. They got rid of him.
Ain't that funny how you wouldn't play for him? Some of the guys in Cleveland, you wouldn't play for him. Okay, you don't want to play for. I'm gonna go over here where these guys can understand coaching and play for me. And it's just weird how the mindset of some guys, if they don't respect coaches, they don't care about anything else but, you know, respecting the coach or a coach I like, and only gonna play hard for that guy. I never play hard for a fucking coach. I always play hard for me and my teammates. Coach had shit to do with it.
Yeah, and one thing I like about Detroit, because they were here, a few nights ago in a high-scoring game with the Hawks. I think it was like 148-143.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
one thing I do like about Detroit, they have a tough identity, and it runs through Isaiah Stewart, who always fighting somebody, and their other big man Duran, who the Lakers were interested in. One of the big men they were interested in at one point in time during the trade deadline, and the Pistons said no. So their identity is kind of rooted in those big men, and I think also outside of Cunningham, you have the what's the twin? His brother plays for the Rockets. Amir.
Yeah, I think it's because the other name is Amin.
Amin. Yeah. What's that last name? I forget that last name. But he's coming to his own, and he's starting to really develop. But the two players that I think really kind of elevate them, and ever since this guy took off a Laker jersey, he didn't got his powers back, and that's Malik Beasley. He is one of the best shooters in all of basketball. Him and Tim Hardaway Jr. Those two, when I saw them when they were here in Atlanta, and the way they were shooting the ball, I said, yeah. The way that they can get to the basket and kick, the way they can get to the basket and kick out, and the toughness from the interior of their defense from those big men, they have a tough idea. As they continue to develop that team, and they can keep them together, that team won't have much of a weakness.
Amir
Thompson, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then they got a backup point guard getting Dennis Schroeder again.
Yeah.
Schroeder, back in. Can I ask you a question? And I might be off base because you just said you never played hard for a coach. You played hard for yourself and your teammates. Is any of this an indictment of Monty Williams? The way they're playing this year versus what?
No.
I mean, they looked last season. They looked dead in the water. They looked like it was going to be like rip the whole thing down, burn down the stadium, start over.
Well, you think
and now here they are.
They added Beasley. They added some veteran leadership in Tobias Harris. So, and then the Thompson guy is playing a lot better. You got to think those three things can change the outcome of a team because now you got a guy who's coming down. And plus, my smartness from my rookie year to my third year in the league had increased. With Cade Cunningham, he's gotten smarter and he's gotten better. And he understands who he is and he's taking advantage of the opportunities. And for me, it has nothing to do with coach. It has to do with maturity and the right pieces. So I guarantee you put Monty in this position, he probably will still have the same record. It's just timing. Everything is timing. You look at Coach, what's his name, Cap for Golden State. He had
Steve
that team.
Kerr.
No, the other one before that. Think about it.
Oh, you're talking Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
Oh.
1 year away from championship. You know what I mean? It's all about timing. Look at this year. It's about, you look at what JJ's did compared to, the last coach. It's like, it's all about timing. AR is playing way better than he played last year. Rudy Hachimura is playing way better than he played. It's all about timing.
Yeah.
But I know people say, well, they're playing that way because the coach put them in that position. They're running the same fucking offense as everybody does in the NBA. It ain't nothing fucking change.
Which kind of, and I don't want to take anything away from the coaching, but because we've made that point, it kind of falls in line with the thing that Shaq always says about coaching. It just don't matter. I mean, not that it doesn't matter, but we got to go out there and play. We got to go out there and make our coach look good by executing. Because if shots fall and we execute, guess what? Your coach is always going to look good. If your shots ain't falling, you're not executing, guess whose head is on the chopping block first? The coach. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it does matter, because I can't say that Kenny Atkinson is not making some form of a difference in Cleveland, but like you said, those guys have another year under their belt. And when you have a guy like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland is taking the next step, Evan Mobley, Jared taking the next step, this is what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah, that Donovan, but you got to understand, Donovan Mitchell did not want to play for him, so that makes a big difference in that situation.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, I mean, speaking of timing, it goes both ways, right? So you get your good timing. Maybe you don't have your bad timing as well. Paul George. Just talk briefly about it because man hadn't posted 20 points in a month. Right before the All-Star break, he had a 2-point night where he went 1 for 7 from the field. He's got apparently a problem with his left pinky or something's bothering him. Now you are doing this whole thing where you got 2 of your biggest stars, 2 of them in Embiid and Paul George, that you just kind of have to hope they get better. And that's sort of where you are. They're losers of 8 straight. Tickets to get in the door on Sunday to see $5. You get in the door in Philly for $5 this past weekend. When he was asked about the Sixers' potential playoff push that Robert Horry predicted, Paul George said, quote, "We've shown no signs of a team that will compete. We just don't have the habits of a championship or playoff contending team would have. So to be honest, right now, it's a little far-fetched."
Championship or playoff? You don't even show signs of a team with a pulse.
You can't win a game, bro. Y'all can't score. But that's also where I look back to coaching because yes, okay, you lose your two biggest pieces. It's going to cause turmoil. Nick Nurse has got to find a way to make something work. And you got to work with the pieces you got. Now, those guys obviously have to do their part. We get that. But at some point, you have to look at Nick Nurse and go, what are you doing to try and take these two guys out of the picture and make a team out of what you got without them. And it ain't going to be much of something.
Yeah, what team is he supposed to make?
It ain't going to be much of something. But you got to play the hand you're dealt as a head coach, do you not?
Hey, hold on, Jenners. There's somebody right here on this broadcast. We're not going to say who, but they were going to be somebody's, playoff team. I'm not going to say who it is. Somebody on here may know who it is.
Hey, I know. I said it. Hey, but I didn't. I said if they was healthy.
Jenners. Hit the alcohol,
I said if
right?
they was healthy.
I ain't say no name, but it's somebody hollering on this broadcast.
Hey, let me just say this. Let me go get my list, and we gonna get. I guarantee you got a team too.
No, don't do that. We don't need that. No. Don't do that. We don't need that.
Because I think both of y'all picked New Orleans to do something, right?
I'm gonna drop a smoky on you. Why are you bringing up old shit?
New Orleans, who is that?
No, that was me. I said I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Man, I'm gonna go get my list.
No, you don't need to do that. No, you don't need to do that. You don't need, do you
it's
have
in my backpack. It's in my backpack.
Go get it. Go get it.
You sure?
Yeah, go get it. I'm
Okay.
because we're talking about it, so I'm curious.
Okay.
Take a second, go get it.
All right.
Because I'm curious because I'm thinking back and I'm like, I'm being honest.
I'll be back.
I don't. Oh, he's got the puppies with him. I don't remember. Besides New Orleans, which was a bad pick by me, because I really thought like Zion was going to have a bounce back year. I thought DeJounte Murray was going to make a little difference there. He got hurt early and he was out. So yeah, no, they have not been able to put it together. But I'm trying to remember who else and where else we had like maybe some people sleeping or teams that we thought were going to be good that have just bottomed out. I don't think. Did any of us have Philly in the playoff picture?
Rob. He said he thinks that he thought.
I remember he picked
them.
them later, but I don't know if he had them because I think I had Philly on the outside looking in.
Oh, I definitely outside. They were at home.
I didn't have them at home. I think I had
outside.
I think
or
I
at
had
home.
him. I think I had him in the play-in.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I had him in my top 10 though. I think I had him in the play-in.
Because here's the thing.
I sure as shit did not have the Detroit Pistons.
No.
Not in a million
not
years.
had him. Because the Sixers needed everything to work out right for me in order for them to even make the playoffs.
Okay.
To just to get in.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, Rob is back. He's got his list. I'm just because Harp and I are talking this out. We're trying to remember because I genuinely don't remember where we fell, and this was at the start of the season. So this was like 5-6 months ago.
Yeah. You had Harp. You had the Heat.
Oh,
We all three of us had Sacramento.
And they traded Jimmy away. That's a
Okay.
for that.
And Rob, you had the Pelicans.
Yeah.
But here's the funny part: we all had the Wolves too.
Where are they sitting right now?
Hang on, let me look. I got.
They still are in the.
They're in there. They are the 7th seed right now.
Yeah,
5.
so-
Yeah, they're sitting at the 7, so they're a play-in team at the
Yeah,
moment.
they still in there.
They're a play-in team at the moment. Well, we're talking about standings, so let's look at the standings right now.
But ain't no way in the world. I said, ain't no way in the world, Philadelphia, because Joel, you always know everything has to work out perfectly for them to be just a playoff team.
Well,
forget a
Embiid
contender.
especially
Forget a
for
contender. The man is hurt again.
He's
Hey,
always
funny part
hurt.
is they saying he might not even be able to play again. He's gonna might have to have this surgery that's gonna keep him out not just the remainder of this season, but all of next season.
But think about this, and
That is-
I have to agree with Stephen A. when he said something. I don't agree with him much because he hollers a lot. I respect him.
Yeah.
But he said, Joel Embiid limped into the league. He gonna limp out. Ben Simmons limped into the league. Has he been playing?
He has.
But he gonna limp out too. Guys, when you come into the league, Joel Embiid missed 2 full seasons when he came into the league.
Yeah.
That should not give you any confidence as a guy that's supposed to be the cornerstone and franchise of a franchise player of a team. What hope do you have?
Yeah, I mean, like, again, you hope that he overcomes it, works through it, and it doesn't come back to plague him, and that's always where he gets stuck. It's never he finds a way to start on and then it just immediately comes back. Then it's just a constant thing.
Rob, you played for a long time, didn't you?
Yeah.
How many years you played in the league?
16?
16.
Let me ask you a question. How many big men do you know came into the league? Big men now. So we're talking 6'9" or taller, 6'10" or taller. How many big men do you know came into the league from college with knee issues and it got better as they played?
0. From Sam Bowie to Greg Oden.
Greg Oden was the first name that came to mind.
Okay. I didn't want to make sure. I wasn't crazy.
And that's just and that's part of it. And you're right to the extent of, like, when you see, I'm going to use Shaquille as an example. When he got hurt toward the end of his career, he was never the same, and he was always hurt.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're that kind of a player, when you're a 4 or a 5, a true 4 or 5, and you're a big dude, and you're putting on that muscle and that weight, and that's where I worry about Zion a lot. Is when you're hurt, and it's hard to ever reach a point where you're like, oh no, I had like a good 5-6 season stretch where nothing came back to plague me, because it feels like those types of guys, those big dudes, when they're hurt, they're hurt. That's it.
But Zion there is a quote out there saying that he's the lightest he's ever been. He said he's lighter than he was when he got to the league. So that, I know that ain't saying much because he's a big dude.
But
at least
feel
he's
like
trending in the right direction.
And that's just right, because I feel like he probably needs to be. And he's probably been told by team physicians, and his doctors are like, you have got to keep the weight off, because it's not going to help everything you're dealing with if you're heavy. All right, we talked about the standings a little bit. We talked about the East. Cavs running away with it. Celtics right behind them. Then it goes to the Knicks, who, by the way, still remain 0-7 against top 5 teams in this league. So no matter how good the Knicks are, at some point they're going to have to beat a top team. Yeah. Behind them, the Bucks, the Pacers, the Pistons at 6. Crazy.
Pistons are at 6?
They're at 6. They're not even in. They're a playoff. They're a straight playoff team right now. And then your 4 play-in teams would be the Magic, the Hawks, the Heat, and the Bulls. So some of that stuff that we talked about is there. The Heat's still there. I think at one point Harp was saying the Hawks were going to be in it, be a play-in team.
They're what?
I think
9?
you had them in the play-in. Yeah, they're sitting at 9 right now.
Okay.
They've had their struggles, but we'll see.
Does this show you how smart we are that neither of us picked Memphis Grizzlies to be this fucking good?
I know. Well, I think that we just all, and I said it early in the season, you forget what they look like when they have Ja Morant. You know what I mean? Like, you just forget. Yeah. And then he comes back and you're like, oh shit, that's right, they're really good with him. I forgot about that.
And none of us picked Golden State Warriors.
No, did not. Absolutely did not. And let's look at the West. OKC's running away with the West. We talked about that. Then it's Nuggets, Grizzlies, Lakers at 4, Rockets, Clippers, and then your play-ins right now are the Wolves, which I thought would be way better, the Mavericks, who I also thought would be better, the Warriors, and the Kings. Yep. So, I mean, for me, really the surprise team in here is the Pistons, out of the whole thing. Out of the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
I would have bet my paycheck that the Pistons aren't even have a shot at this thing. And they're outside of the play-in at this point.
And the point is, you said the Pistons and the Milwaukee Bucks will have the same exact record right now.
I'd punch you in the teeth.
I'm taking that bet.
What are you talking about?
And and the Pacers, who have sucked all year, kind of slowly crept back up in there too.
Yeah, they've been like I feel like nobody is talking about the Pacers at all. And then there they are.
Like, I think at the end of the day, like, you don't really worry about the Pacers.
Yeah, but they're sitting at the 5 seed right now, quietly, very quietly.
If the playoffs started, they play the Bucks, and we don't worry about that. The Bucks are gonna beat them.
Well, you'd imagine, but
I think Bucks made a big mistake when they got rid of
Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. Moving on.
He's a totally different.
He was such a great piece for them, man.
Yeah, And I think the injuries that he just kept getting, he couldn't stay on the floor. So I guess they got tired of that. They didn't want to wait on him to get healthy. So,
but man, we saw firsthand what he did to the Hawks in that series. Man, when Giannis was kind of slow a little bit from dealing with, and then man, he was an assassin.
Yeah, he
just cut him up. All right, let's do Big Shot of the Week, and then we're going to play it. Rob wanted it last week. We're going to play it this week. We got Black Crime or White Crime. Yeah, Rob was asking for it like on the fly last week with 84 people on the show.
Yeah, well, hold on. How many people were on the show?
Because we had a bunch of white folks on the show.
I know. It would have been fun. You know what we'll do next time we do this? We should invite as many of the crew back that want to play as possible.
Yes.
So we had, let me see. I asked for James Worthy. That's all. I was like, episode 200, give me James Worthy. Rob just forwarded the Zoom link to the group chat and was like, hey, anybody wants to join the show, just join the show. We had James Worthy. We had Allie Clifton.
Really?
We had Chris Geeter McGee, Mike Bresnahan. Who am I missing?
PT.
Who? Oh, yeah,
Brad Turner. He's
from the LA Times.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So we were all over the place, and everybody had a theory on how to fix the All-Star game. None of them were even close to each other. Everything was just a total.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it.
It was a mess of a show, but it was
people.
great. It was like 8-9 people on the show,
Sheesh.
and like people kept coming in and out, and like we'd be halfway through a topic, and then someone else would join the thing. So yeah, episode 200 was fun, but a bit of a mess, but fun. So next time we do Black Crime or White Crime, we'll tell James. We'll tell Allie, we'll tell Brez, we'll tell Geeter, we'll tell everybody, and just have them all come back and say, anybody wants to come in and play, and we'll see how y'all do. All right, Big Shot of the Week is going to go to a gentleman named Lieutenant Richard Craig. He posted a video on TikTok showing his interaction with a young man named Connor Stefanoff, who's a 20-year-old delivery driver for Rockstar Pizza in Brownsburg, Indiana, and here's why. A kid was out delivering pizzas in a full-on blizzard. Officer Craig goes, I'm assuming you got a good tip, right? You're out here delivering pizzas in a blizzard. Connor responded, $2. Dude gave him $2 to deliver pizza. Officer Craig was like, man, I can't let that go. He slid him $15 because he had it in his pocket. But he said, I didn't want my generosity to be the end of it. So he put the kid's story out there and started a GoFundMe and said, maybe I can drum up a couple $100 from this kid who's out, 20-year-old kid, delivering pizzas out in a snowstorm. It raised over $41,000. 2,000 donors, over 41 grand.
Yes.
Connor says he is planning on buying a car with the money, so he doesn't have to use his grandma's car anymore, and he's going to help pay her bills. He was using his grandmother's car to deliver pizzas. He's a 20-year-old kid, dude, scraping by in a blizzard, and someone threw him $2.
Look, in a world where there's a lot of BS going on, and I mean a lot of BS, it's good to see, people come together, donate for a good cause, for a young man who's trying to make some form of a living at 20 years old, young kid trying to do what he can to make a dollar and get by, delivering pizzas when he can, and then for you all to donate the way that you did, for him to now want to use it to get his own car and then, help his grandmother out too. There are wonderful people in this world.
Yes, man.
Amongst all the crap.
Which is why we do that Big Shot of the Week every week, because I just try to give myself, if anything, hope that there is still some good souls in this universe.
So shout out to each one of you donors who helped towards the $41,000.
And to Officer Craig, who just said, let's go ahead and start it. And just see if it goes anywhere. If we get a couple $100 for this kid, he raised 41 grand.
Sheesh.
Yeah, an honest kid. And I'm glad you can get your own ride now.
Yeah, for real, man. Stop borrowing grandma's car to deliver pizzas.
And big ups to grandma for even letting you use your car in the snow. Because I know that'd been my grandma. Oh, hell no. You can't use my car.
Get your ass inside. You get your ass.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Get your ass inside.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for it? Let's go. Oh, we know what that means. It is time for Black Crime or White Crime. And we'll start off with story number 1. A fugitive wanted for fraud was busted when she walked into a New Jersey sheriff's office and asked to be hired. She was on the run when she applied to be a security guard at the law enforcement agency. She was called into the station under the guise of a job interview and was immediately arrested. The officers allegedly discovered 2 stolen credit cards on her when she was arrested. So not only did she inadvertently turn herself in, she went ahead and trumped up her charges as well. Was this young lady black or white?
That's such a dumbass crime. I don't want it to be a black girl.
I'm gonna say white. and I may be too quick in answering this and with my assumption, but I'm saying this because I don't know too many black folk that done some stuff wrong that's going into, what's that, a police precinct?
Oh, yeah, it was a police
and asking
precinct,
for a job.
I'm saying the same thing, and I'm thinking because plus when black women have a credit card and they try to charge, so let me see your ID. I'm gonna go with a white girl on this one.
Okay. This was 27-year-old Zaima Johnson.
Oh Lord, she's black.
Damn it!
Black girl.
All you gotta do is say the name,
Yeah,
and we know.
I know.
Dang.
But what do you do?
There's
Like,
always that chance.
You're wanted for fraud. The last place you apply for a job is a police station.
Okay, let me put it to you like
It's the only
this.
place you don't want to go.
I don't think too many brothers walking in the police precinct asking for a job if he know he got some, some stuff on him.
You walking in going,
So
What's up, motherfuckers?
yeah, no, go, leave, go the other way.
y'all hiring what?
Yeah, no, all right. A New England woman was arrested after police found footage of her urinating on food products at a local grocery store, among a trove of other online videos documenting her doing the exact same thing for as far back as 4 years. This happened at, how do you pronounce the name of this store? Monadnock Food Company.
Oh, she was.
It's costing the grocery store nearly $1,500 for ruined products and cleaning expenses. Police recovered multiple videos she posted online showing her peeing on produce and other surfaces dating back to 2021.
Yeah.
So peeing stuff and then documenting it online and getting arrested for it, black or white. Another woman, by the way. We don't get a lot of women in these.
They crazy too.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's white.
White crime.
That would be a big fat point for both of you. Yeah, that was 23-year-old Kelly Tedford,
Yes.
white woman from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I tried to avoid saying New Hampshire in the story. Usually a bit of a giveaway when you say New Hampshire. A Vermont woman. Okay, yeah, that's a white girl. All right, ready? Number 3. A pair of thieves made off with 2 English bulldog puppies at a Denver pet store after one of them created a distraction by faking a seizure. One of them conversed with the cashier while the other one laid on the floor and flopped and did the whole starfish thing. And while they were tending to him, his buddy go ahead and grabbed a couple of English bulldogs and head for the exit. And the customers caught on
Rob,
and tackled and stopped both.
you know what this sounds like, Rob?
What?
You remember in Friday After Next when the 2 robbers went in the Cat Williams store? And one of the people was robbing it while the other one fell on the floor and had a seizure.
Oh no!
Yeah.
This sounds exactly like this, and this is a black crime.
All right, what do you think, Rob?
But you said you saw this, right? Didn't you say
Yeah,
you
I
see?
saw it.
Okay,
I saw this. It's been big news.
I think this.
Y'all didn't get, I guess out here in, California, they love their pets a lot. So that made big news out here.
So what do you think?
I thought it was black guys that did it.
Okay, well, you're both wrong. White people.
Dang.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
white
I thought
people.
it was,
Now, here's the thing. There are a lot of pet thefts around this country, so you may have seen a story exactly like this one, and it could have been black dudes. But no, it was a couple old white men. Old white men, too.
Okay.
How about that?
Black folks will do this too, though.
Yeah, boy, I think, yeah.
Like puppies, absolutely, yeah, dude.
for those pugs, they were like, what, $5,000 a piece?
Oh,
now,
man.
10
Well, yeah,
grand?
though, and those damn French bulldogs, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
they not
forget it,
cheap.
dude. Once you get the Frenchies in there, man, people will steal those things all the time. All right, story number 4. Police in Texas say a robbery suspect is in custody after he was caught snoozing at the crime scene. The man had a fight. The man had a fight with his roommate, pulled out a gun, threatened to shoot him, and then his roommate ran into the room, locked the door, popped out about 4 a.m. and his boy was sleeping. So he snuck out and went to a neighbor's apartment, called the cops. They came and arrested him, found him sleeping in the chair with the gun.
Yeah,
Black
probably
crime,
black.
white.
I think I'm gonna say black.
I'm going to say black.
All right, this was 20-year-old Kenyani Sadiqa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a black guy. Good job. That was a black guy. It's bad when you go, he fell asleep at the crime scene. Everybody's like, bye, guy. I'm like, what are we
Because he
doing
probably
on this show?
he tired. He may have had something to eat, got the itis.
He got the itis. Yeah, he got the itis. Yeah. He's snacking before.
Yeah.
All right. Story number 5. DC police are searching for an armed robbery. No, don't do that. I was
DC.
just in Washington, D.C.
I
There's
know
a
it's
lot of
Chocolate
white people.
City. I know it's Chocolate City. There's a lot of white people there.
A lot of white people. I was just there this weekend. There's a lot of white people in D.C. They're searching for an armed robbery suspect who bolted from a convenience store with cash, but forgot one important thing: to pull his mask down before he committed the robbery. He attempted to rob a 7-Eleven store in Northeast D.C., ordered the cashier to open the register, only then realizing his mask was on top of his head, pulled it down, took the money and ran. They haven't found him yet, but they have him on camera.
That's a tough one.
Black guy or white guy? Forgot to pull down his mask. Kind of important. What'd you say, Rob?
Black guy.
Okay. Harp is
It's
deep in thought.
really tough for me to get away from it being a black guy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll with that.
All right.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, that was a black guy. Yeah, good job. Good job. All right, you're doing good. You guys are doing good. All right, 2 to go. Number 6. A Florida man, bizarrely dressed in a Dalmatian onesie, bolted during a traffic... Stop that. Bolted during a traffic stop after being handcuffed on one wrist, and he remained on the lam for an entire day before being caught. FHP attempted to pull him over for reckless driving. He instead fled from the police, rammed his truck into a tree, picked a fight with a trooper, got tased, and while he was tased, they got one handcuff on him, and then he somehow shook that off and made a run for it. Where did they catch him? He went to his girlfriend's house. That's the first place they looked. They found him at his girlfriend's house with one handcuff on. Dressed like a Dalmatian. Black guy or white guy?
Dressed like a Dalmatian?
Dressed in a Dalmatian onesie.
White.
Yeah.
Is it the Dalmatian onesie?
I don't know what it is.
That gave this one away? Because it was a white guy. Yeah. I guess I should have left out the Dalmatian onesie. I might have had a shot at it. Okay. Oh, you guys both think I have a Dalmatian onesie at home, and you are correct. No, I'm kidding.
You probably do.
You ain't gotta lie about it.
You
It's
don't,
okay.
you don't know what freaky shit we're into. Don't judge me.
That's y'all business. Y'all are married. That's y'all's business.
That's why they call it doggy. Oh, sorry. All right. That was see, that's too far. That was way too far.
Didn't have
Why
to
did we
go
do
there.
that? Goddamn. That's what I said. All right. Story number 7.
You guys Storm over here cringing now.
Storm gonna bite my ass just out of principle. Just out of principle. All right, last story. A Florida woman is behind bars just days after being released on bond for drug trafficking after deputies pulled her over for a traffic stop and found intent to search her car. The intent to search her car was a bag on the front seat, said on the front of it, quote, "Definitely not a bag full of drugs." They felt the need to search that bag. Surprise, it was 100% full of drugs. Black woman, another woman, by the way. Black woman, white woman. Definitely not a bag full of drugs.
That sounds like a very dry, humorous type of thing, and which is leading me to say white woman.
Okay.
And see, to me, that sounds like a black woman.
So this is going to be the tiebreak right here. All right. This woman's name was Taryn Ackrey.
Oh, she black.
She was a white woman.
Oh,
That's going to be a W for B-Dog Brandon Harper for going with the white folks.
first day back.
And that's how it works, man. That's called white privilege.
hey, it is. And guess what? I don't experience none of it.